Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Virtual Realms video. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the two banners that are coming up this weekend. Lust and Arrogance, as well as Silas and Vierna. So I've been getting a ton of questions on my initial video on how to manipulate PD, and people are asking should they go for Silas Vienna or should they go for Arrogance or Lust. So I think the answer is pretty dependent on where you are at the game, anywhere that you're really stuck at. Um, First of all, it depends on how many summons you have. If you have more than like 300-400 summons, for example, what you could probably wind up doing is getting Lust, as well as manipulating your PD twice on the Silas Vienna banner. But there's also folks I know that already have Silas Vienna. You just want to go for Lust and Arrogance, then it's very straightforward. You want to maybe manipulate PD once, but if you really want to gamble, you can try to hit a legendary on the last banner, see if you get lucky and get Arrogance instead, and then continue on with the summons to go for Last. But that's in terms of summons. When we talk about game progression, then it's slightly different. So if let's say you're someone that already has Arrogance, then it's very straightforward. You must summon on the last banner because Arrogance is an absolute top tier unit in GVG as well as in Samra. It's the top damage dealer that I have there. And if you're missing last, it just means that you're missing out on the extra damage that he gets from his bond skill, which is 15% extra attack during his ultimate. So if you're missing last, you already have Arrogance, no brainer. Please go for the last limited because it's guaranteed that you're gonna get her. You're gonna get that bond for Arrogance, which is huge. And last pet with Arrogance is also very nice because of this passive where the chance that she restores 10% rage to allies that she hits. So that's one of the reasons why I would really advocate for the last banner because it's a guarantee. On the other hand, if you have a Silas, you don't have Arrogance, you don't have Lust, and you need that Vienna, then things are slightly different. So you need to bear into consideration whether or not you're struggling in certain areas of the game. So if you have a Silas but no Vienna, maybe your unbonded Silas is struggling with gear rate 3, specifically stages 19 to 21, which has a higher requirement in terms of damage. And maybe it's worthwhile to go on the Vienna banner because you'll benefit a lot more. And even more so if your Silas is like A3 and above and you still don't have Vienna because you're that one unlucky piece of shit, then yeah, it makes more sense to go on this banner and just completely skip the last and Vienna one. Sorry, the last and Arrogance banner because you're gonna need two of these heroes to really make it work. In my opinion, just having last alone is not as good because she does need Torador to shine, and she also needs that Arrogance bond, which basically increases her damage by 20% when she does her ultimate, and also inflicts burning, which synergizes very well with A3 Arrogance, which provides you with 15% extra damage on targets hit with burn. So yeah, I do think that you need this too to make it work really well. On the other hand, if you have Silas on his own, it's still possible. I've not seen anyone test whether or not Unbonded Silas can clear Gear Rate 321 with a legendary Piercer lot, but given the fact that you can actually do Gear Rate 321 with just epics, it's very possible that you don't actually need Silas for it. But Vienna, on the other hand, is going to be great for Gear Rate 1 all the way through Gear Rate 121, provided you have Morrigan as the Lord or her exclusive artifact. So that's how I would go about thinking it. In all honesty, Silas Vienna is going to be for people who are stuck at certain gear rates. You're going to want her. If you're stuck at Gear Dungeon 1, Vienna is going to be great there. Vienna plus Grid can pretty much solo the bottom wave. Silas, on the other hand, you use for Gear Rate 3, Guild Boss, Anti-Air Arena, but he's really an absolute top tier single target unit that, people will use all the way to the end of the game. However, if you've cleared all of that, you cleared Gear Rate 3, you cleared Gear Rate 1, you're looking for more damage on Samra, and you have a Torador, then the Lust and Arrogance banner may work out really well for you. As you've seen in my charts, Arrogance is my top damage dealer, Lust is the second, and there's just no other Nightmare units that come close in terms of the damage that they can dish out. And Silas is gonna be okay for Samra, but it's not gonna be as great as Arrogance and Lust combined together. And Vierna just does absolute jack shit when it comes to, Samra. And other than Gear at 121 and Gear Dungeon 1, you don't really use Vierna outside of any other content. She sucks at AoE Arena because she's capped in terms of attack speed. She cannot get more attack speed from any items. So you can see right here in her basic attack speed bonuses do not affect her. Basically, she puts like AoE attacks on like mobs as a debuff. But she unlocks a very important bond skill for Silas. So if you want to enable your Silas is A3 and above, then it makes a lot of sense because it just straight up gives 100% extra damage on his ultimate. So yeah, in my opinion, you're stuck on Gear at 1. If you're stuck in Gear Dungeon 1, Vierna is going to be a great option if you don't already have her. And if your Silas is A3 and is still missing his wife, then go for Vierna. By all means, that makes a lot of sense. You can skip the Lust and Arrogance banner. On the other hand, if you are already an owner of an A3 Silas like myself, you already have a Vierna, then this banner, it's good to manipulate PD on it because who knows, you get lucky, you get Silas or Vierna, those are great additions. Although Vierna doesn't have really great awakenings post A4 or A5, but it's still going to be okay. And then you go back and finish up on the Last Arrogance banner. But if you have Last already, you need an Arrogance really badly, then maybe it's worthwhile to just skip the Silas Vierna banner. Don't do any PT manipulation. And just go ahead to do all your summons here. Don't manipulate PD and see if you get lucky and get Arrogance early instead. And then finish off with Last as the guaranteed unit at 250 summons. So that's the comparison I'll make. Honestly, there's thousands of players out there with different situations, but in a nutshell, if you're struggling early game, I think Silas Vierna is better. But if you're struggling with Samurai, you already have a Torador, then Lust and Arrogance is going to do so much for you in terms of damage. You can see that with just a Nightmare team alone, we can actually manage to hit 151k. I've seen people do it with Arrogance at A3, Lust at A0 as well. So yeah, there's really no need for you to go for crazy awakenings. And Arrogance has a soulstone every few months, so just getting that single copy of him in the first place is gonna set you up for success already. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If you do still have any more questions, leave it down in the comment section below. Let me know if you're deciding to summon on Silas Vierna as well, or you're just gonna go all in on the Last Arrogance banner. And I do have some Discord mates asking me to do their summons for them. I'm not sure if this is something that the viewers are interested in, so if you do, please feel free to leave a comment below, let me know about it, and maybe I can set up some Google form or something to collect details so that, I can actually do summons for you guys. We'll do it live on stream, probably Friday, a few hours after reset when, I'm back from work. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like or subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.